On DVD and VHS, Outlawz Worldwide. Special edition 2-disc set containing 110 minutes of real Outlawz, uncut and uncensored. Your all-access pass into the life of an outlaw with bonus videos, outtakes, and special appearances by Fat Joe, Fatal, Method Man, Mobb Deep, and many more. The special edition 2-disc set contains a bonus audio CD with 6 unreleased tracks. Outlawz Worldwide. See video clips at fortressdvd.com. In stores now.
For over 20 years, you've heard one side of the story. Now hear mine.
People once believed that when someone dies, a crow carries their soul to the land of the dead. But sometimes, just sometimes, the crow can bring that soul back to put the wrong things right.
Kill, kill, kill. Murder, murder, murder. Kato. Kill, kill, kill. Murder, murder, murder. All of the dead niggas that have passed away. I told y'all I wouldn't see about it. Murder, murder, murder. Kill, kill, kill. Murder, murder, murder. Life so hard on a nigga when you living like a G. Life so hard on a nigga when you living like a G. Travel through my mind and my blind. It's a shame young brothers getting murdered straight took out the game. As I sit here bumping on the cigarette, you gotta be ready. You never know who's plotting on the niggas that, cause these are the rough times. Best to hurry up and duck, motherfucker, before I buck mine. It's getting crazy and everybody's strapped, surrounded by niggas, but near motherfucker down to watch your back. These are the rich made niggas. Keep it paid, nigga, while you're starving and broke. They pulling 6 figures. Ooh, what can you do when you can't trust your crew? Time to bust out the 22. Ooh, yeah. Ran out of weed, so I'm sipping on this Hennessy. Tell me, do you feel, man? Hey.
If you listen to Tupac's music, you might probably hear this a lot.
Outlaw,
Outlaw. It's not a random word. It's the name of Tupac's group, the Outlawz, or the Outlawz Immortal at the time.
Yo, chillin'?
No, we hot.
Yo, fucked up, right?
Yeah, we don't have no choice but to be like that.
Damn, y'all, what's up? I ain't seen you in a while. How's it going? Damn, man. What is that? I know, I ain't seen you either. What up, Mo?
I just met Tupac probably when I was born, because that's how long I've been knowing him, and that answers that question. Me and Tupac, we cousins, so we kind of came up from the womb. Whoever came first, the next one follow, and I followed. And I'm happy to follow in them footsteps. It's a beautiful thing.
That's how Yafu Fula grew up. He and other cousins were always there with Pac. They were passionate about the pen game. They wrote, and wrote every day. They planned countless future projects waiting for their day would come.
Pac about 4 or 5 years ago from Kadafi, from Jersey. I met him in Jersey, you know what I mean? From Kadafi, me and Kadafi, and y'all introduced me to him. And then ever since that, we rolled. Pac was like a father figure to me, you know what I mean? You know, I was going through some shit in Jersey. Picked me up from Jersey, laced me with the game, brought me out here.
While Pac's career started to bloom, in 1992, Yafu, together with Katari Cox and Malcolm Greenidge, formed a new rap group. In this group, Cox would be K-Dog, Greenidge would be Big Malcolm, Yafu would be Young Hollywood, and the group name, after some changes, would be known as Dramacytal. On November 30th, Pac was robbed and shot in New York. He was arrested for sexual abuse the next day. In 1995, he was sent to jail to serve 4.5 years there. When he was against the world, Pac released his album, Me Against the World, in prison. Dramacytal, in which Young Hollywood was a member, appeared in 2 songs of the album, Me Against the World, and Outlaw. Other members of the group also featured in numerous songs with Tupac. Dramacytal's initial plan was signed with Interscope Records, but things changed when Death Row Records bailed Pac out. In exchange, Pac would have to release 3 albums under Death Row. Therefore, the group followed Pac to help him record his next album, All Eyes on Me.
What it was like making the music with him was like going to school every day. You know what I mean? Because Pac taught us through his music. You know what I mean? A lot of them songs that you hear, it was lessons for us in them songs. You know what I mean? And it was something we was going through at that period of time, and Pac wanted to get it across to us. And he knew the best way to get it across to us is if we do it in a song. And we'll listen to what he's saying, you know what I mean? Sometimes outside of the studio, you know what I mean, you get caught up in life, you get distracted by life, period, you know what I mean? Everybody, all of us got a life, you know what I mean? And with separate problems aside from the problems that y'all all know about, you know what I'm saying? So he might have been trying to teach us at that point in time and we wasn't hearing him, you know what I mean? So we'll go to the studio and they'll teach us there.
Since his time in prison, Pac already had the idea of forming a new hip-hop group. However, he couldn't be out there to recruit new members. He needed someone to help him. Of course, there was no one he could trust other than his little brother, Yaki Kadafi, or at the time, Young Hollywood. Their new group already contained Pac, Young Hollywood, K-Dog, Big Malcolm, and Muda Beal. But Pac wanted more. Young Hollywood introduced his friend Bruce Washington to him. Tupac's brother, Moprem Shakur and Big Syke from his group Thug Life also joined soon. He came up with a name for the new group, the Outlawz Immortal. Pac gave each member a new alias as well. His idea was that their alias would come from an enemy of America, like him himself. He was Machiavelli, which came from the Prince Machiavelli. Young Hollywood's new alias was Yaki Kadafi, named after Libyan dictator Muammar al-Gaddafi.
Me, I met Pac when he got out of jail. I met him at the studio, K&M studio. And when we met, you know what I mean, it was cool. I was rapping, but I wasn't like into it. You know what I mean? And I was around from Kadafi, because he's from the same block from me in Jersey. And Fatal, you know what I mean? So we were just rolling and everything. But I was around and he was like, we gonna be around, you know what I mean? Everybody want a piece of this money, you know what I mean? But I've been rapping back in the day. And I just got serious about it, you know what I mean? And when he heard me rap, he just put me down like, you down, you're the last one.
Kadafi then introduced his friend Rufus Cooper to the group with the alias Young Noble.
I knew Pac since he got out of jail. He taught me more than anybody my whole life in that period of time. That's real.
Working with Pac in the studio was crazy. It was like just unpredictable. Every day it was just something. Either was something serious that we learned, you know, for that day, or it was something crazy that Pac did that just made us laugh and just, you know, we just like had fun in the studio. But also it was like a classroom, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like, you can compare it to like one of the hardest classes that you've ever taken in your life, you know, but it wasn't, you didn't go to that classroom and go, oh, here we go again, I'm going to this class. You went there, you got there early, you know what I'm saying, because you wanted to be there. You wanted to know what the next lesson was for the day. You know what, Pac was very demanding in the studio. When he went into the studio, he went in the studio to work. You know, we had fun here and there when, you know, other things were being done that didn't apply to us. But when it was our turn to do what we were supposed to do, he expected us to step up to the plate and do what we had to do. You know, he didn't like no 2 and 3 takes in the booth. He wanted us to write, you wrote that, you go in there and you spit that and you get out. You know what I'm saying? If you wrote that and you went in there and you stumbled over it, I mean, why'd you write that? You're not saying it right. You're not feeling it, obviously, because you keep messing up. So you gotta go. You gotta get out and tell the next song. And that's just how it was. Well, actually, Machiavelli was a 3-day theory. You know, He had finished it in 3 days, but it was just so much music around him and so many people, you know, every time he walked in the studio, he would hear a different beat, you know what I'm saying, that he wanted to write to, that he was like, oh shit, this shit is tight. He just kept writing and kept writing because he has so much to say. So he had to literally say one day that I'm closing the door. I'm not listening to no more music. Don't bring me no more music, please.
We could say at the time that Tupac and his group Contained Kadafi was unstoppable. They continued to sell records like crazy.
He used to always sit us down and just shoot the knowledge at us, but that wasn't the way we got the knowledge from that. But we just got the knowledge being around him, you know. Pop was never afraid to spread, you know, and he said we was like he nurtured us, you know what I'm saying? We was like his children. I mean, we all got families and everything, but it took us to another level.
It's the K-A-D-A-F-I, nigga, battle me, nigga, the best tribe, it ain't no motherfucking hat, nigga, all around, get burnt like claps, then you know we give.
With the camera, then what Malcolm X said, the camera get you every time. So watch y'all block that shit while y'all performing and shit all in front of the camera.
Yeah, we get jealous when little bro get a little camera time, but we go, you know what I mean, we'll keep that on.
So it's 1996 and Tupac's doing his thing out in Cali. He's got multi-platinum albums, he's an accomplished actor, and he's really reaching new heights of notoriety. Coming up with him is a talented group of young rappers called the Outlaw Immortals. One of the Outlaws is this young kid, Yaki Kadafi, who's got a real fiery flow. He actually grew up as Tupac's little brother.
I was about to say it, but he my brother.
So for Tupac and the Outlaws, right about now, it really is sky's the limit.
Featured a lot in Tupac's discography, the opinion of fans on them is kind of divisive. Some are pretty cool with their verses on Pac's songs. The others just don't enjoy them as much. But the two groups have something to agree on. Of all Outlawz members, this guy had the most potential. The next year, Tupac's double LP was out, All Eyes on Me. The Outlaw's Immortal was in several songs of the album. Kadafi himself was in 2 songs, All About You and When We Ride.
When I started to snap, slow your road, I'm straight in control.
The album was also out when the heat from the West Coast, East Coast hip-hop war peaked. Tupac himself at that time was in a legendary beef with his former friend, the Notorious B.I.G. from Bad Boy Records.
Boom, your hands should be like this.
The new video, 2 of America's Most Wanted, stars Snoop Doggy Dogg and Death Row's newest family member, Tupac Shakur.
We wanted to do something different. We used the gangster genre. Since they always throw that at us, we switched it around and used the gangster genre. Not gangsters in Compton or Watts, but gangsters like Al Capone or Scarface. This video is about like bringing that genre to life throughout the rap, you know, using rap as the form.
With the recent tension between Tupac and Biggie Small, I was curious about one of the characters in the video called Piggy.
We did that because I believe in nonviolence. And I believe that if I have a problem with somebody, I can address the issues on wax. And instead of using the records to be a basis for us to have a war, what I do is drop little lugs every now and then in the videos.
Never caught in the rage, you can sprayed over and laid down, front with the pound. How that sound? That before design of 3 months, the studio sound with the city touch. I put times on you, commit crimes on you. When I get the drop, you got my shines on you. It's at the yacht, so I'ma never get shot. And it's so hot, watch you resurrect pop. I got more weight than some niggas out of state, and I just hate when fake jokers go Jake on my tip. You wanna eat the miss I ate, pushing a little weight. Heard Kyle got a date. I the hottie saying them cats crazy for mighty bang. The outlaw thugs in the club where hottie sang. I know you know, give it up, done slow your rope. I do them slow, they gon' be the next one.
Please don't take me out the game.
I ain't gonna kill you, homeboy, because we was close once. And I feel as though I can't change on my homeboy, even the fat phony ones like you.
Then we talked about Snoop's involvement.
He's my homeboy, you know, and he got over, I didn't want to rush it, because he just finished his trial. I didn't want to be like, all right, come on, let's go. So he took a little time off to work in the studio, and we felt like it was time now. talked it over. Now it's time to do the video.
For Screen Scene, I'm Sheila Frazier.
Only one day after All Eyes on Me's release, Tupac's single, How Do You Want It, was out. It featured a diss song aimed at Bad Boy, Chino XL, Junior Mafia, and Mobb Deep called Hit 'Em Up. Of course, as Pac's most loyal comrade, Kadafi appeared in the music video for the song. The song, to this day, is still considered one of the most brutal diss songs ever.
You niggas can't feel it. We the realest. Fuck them. We bad boy. I'm a self-made millionaire. Thug living out of prison, pistols in the air. Biggie, remember when I used to let you sleep on the couch and beg a bitch to let you sleep in the house? Now it's all about Versace. You copy my style. 5 shots couldn't drop me. I took it and smiled. Now I'm about to set the record straight. With my AK, I'm still the thug that you love to hate. Motherfucker, I hit him up. Now you tell me who won. I see them, they run. They don't want to see us. Whole Junior Mafia clique dressing up trying to be us. How the fuck they gonna be the mob when we always on our job? We millionaires. Killing ain't fair, but somebody gotta do it. Oh yeah, Mobb Deep. You wanna fuck with us? You little young ass motherfuckers. Don't one of you niggas got sickle cell or something. You fucking with me, nigga. You fuck around, have a seizure or a heart attack. You better back the fuck up before you get smacked the fuck up. This how we do it on our side. Any of you niggas from New York that wanna bring it, bring it. But we ain't singing, we bringing drama. Fuck you and your motherfucking mama. We gonna kill all you motherfuckers. Now when I came out, I told you it was just about Biggie. Then everybody had to open their mouth with a motherfucker opinion. Well, this how we gonna do this. Fuck Mobb Deep. Fuck Biggie, fuck Bad Boy as a staff, record label, and as a motherfucking crew. And if you want to be down with Bad Boy, then fuck you too. Chino XL, fuck you too. All you motherfuckers, fuck you too. All of y'all motherfuckers, fuck you, die slow, motherfucker. My fofo make sure all y'all kids don't grow. You motherfuckers can't be us or see us. We motherfucking thug life riders, west side till we die. Out here in California, nigga, we warn you, we'll bomb on you motherfuckers. We do our job. You think you mob, nigga, we the motherfucking mob. Ain't nothing but killers and real niggas, all you motherfuckers feel it.
The first day he decided to give me what he knew, that's when my life started.
Threatened to blow up Death Row studio. He was fussing about his music. He wanted his masters.
Tupac was done with Death Row. You know, he had fired Kenner, the lawyer. He was really on his way out.
He had fulfilled his obligation, and that wasn't his plan to be there that long.
No doubt.
He had a plan.
To live and die in L.A.
Tupac had a whole life mapped out, and he was very happy.
To live and die in L.A., where every day we try to fatten our pockets. Us niggas hustle for the cash, so it's hard to knock. Everybody got their own thing, currency chasing. Worldwide through the hard times, worrying faces. Shed tears as we bury niggas close to heart. What was a friend, now a ghost in the dark. Cold part about it, nigga got smoked by a fiend. Trying to floss on him, blind to a broken man's dream. A hard lesson, court cases keep him guessing. Plea bargain ain't an option now, so I'm stressing. Cost me more to be free than a life in the pen. Making money off of cuss words, writing again. Learn how to think ahead, so I fight with my pen. Late night down sunset, like in the zen. What's the worst they can do to a nigga? Got me lost in hell to live and die in L.A. on bail. My aim set.
Tupac asked me to move from Decatur, Georgia to California. He wouldn't eat nobody else fried chicken. He said, you know, I'll get you a house. Hell yeah.
To live and die in L.A.
He was our hope for a better life, a different life.
To live and die in L.A.
He told us to bring his guns. We packed up every pistol, every rifle, and we now set off to L.A.
To live and die in L.A.
During that same period, Suge was doing what he could do to lure Tupac back in. Even to that last day of the ride up to Las Vegas, where Pac didn't really want to go. And he's just guilt-tripping him.
Kill this whole new vibe everybody want to be on about it being a war between the East Coast and the West Coast.
Right.
It's really just a problem with two rappers. And
right.
everybody want to make it a bigger thing than it is.
Everybody wants to get involved in everyone else's problem.
Exactly. You know how nosy
drama with a
is.
comma.
So we got it going on. I got my man Buckshot, you know what I mean? I got Smith and Wesson in here. Brooklyn. I got Greg Nice, the whole boot camp clique representing. Boot camp and Outlawz, we all just gonna team up and just do this right. With Greg Nice, a lot of other people.
Squash all that drama.
Squash the drama. Let's get back to making some money. That's what it's all
That's
about.
what it's all about.
Money,
That's what I'm trying to do. I don't got any problems with anybody.
You, I've been watching
Oh, you like it?
Good.
Thanks, man. I like your stuff too, man. You and Snoop are the homies, aren't you?
Yeah, we homies.
All right.
Tupac was still in that mode.
Hey. When Tyson get in the ring, he knock motherfuckers out. Well, that's what Tupac gonna do.
He was still charged up.
Everybody that go to jail come out, they got good luck.
That's very addictive.
When niggas come against me, I'ma knock they punk ass out.
If he didn't have anybody to fight, he'll find somebody to fight. And then Pac sees this guy.
MGM, bellin' dolo like a G-Shug. Other homies went to dine, you know we eat good. On the prowl, now I'm fresh about the fight. Spot some ass, I like to get up out them ties. See this thread say on my jersey, South is what I rep. All these people walking around me, bet nobody step. 2 C's, whether solo or I'm with the clique. Because my whole city knowing that I'm with the shit. Same go for Vegas, all these haters give me looks. Turn around, see a rapper on approach, but I ain't shook. Mobbing with that nigga from the mall that we buck. Number 1 could get the jab, number 2 could get the hook. But should right behind along with 4 more ops. Niggas jump me like rope, kick me like rocks. Casino guards made them stop and I pray the lotto in the ad. Cause I ain't going out like that. Cause I ain't going out like that. This is them in the beam. I think them hoes seen us, but I don't give a fuck. It's too much smoke between us. Since Freak ain't shooting, car reach right across. This gang banging shit is so costly.
Controversial rap artist who led a troubled existence has lost his fight for life.
Gangster rap singer Tupac Shakur died tonight in a Las Vegas hospital.
On the 7th of September, 1996, this image was captured. In the photograph, Tupac sits motionless in the passenger seat of a black BMW. His expression is unreadable, but for his eyes, fixed on the camera lens with eerie clarity, as if drawing in one last breath of calm, fully aware of the storm that was to come. Seconds after this photograph was taken, the silence was shattered by the arrival of the storm. I was a child when I first saw this photograph, but as an adult, I now see far more than I did before. I never noticed that the date on the photograph is wrong, or that the reflection of the camera flash marks the location the first bullet entered the car. I always noticed Suge Knight sitting in the driver's seat, his gaze fixed straight ahead. Eerily, he's wearing a Coogee t-shirt, brand often associated with Tupac's rival, the notorious B.I.G. Tupac, on the other hand, is dressed in a plain green and gold Nike jersey. Around his neck hangs a chain that holds a circular medallion that rests on his chest. It's barely visible in the photograph. However, there's a clearest shot of it in this interview, filmed only 3 days before the fateful night in Vegas.
You believe in God?
The chain can also be seen in the Toss It Up music video, filmed the day before he headed to Vegas. Tupac named the medallion Euthanasia, a play on the words euphoria, meaning a state of intense happiness, and euthanasia, the act of intentionally ending one's life to relieve suffering. The medallion features an image of an angel, complete with a halo and wings, but on his right cheek falls a red ruby teardrop. In his hands he holds a weapon, although instead of rounds, it's loaded with the black and white keys of a piano. And above all this is the inscription, Machiavelli. Also riding with Tupac that night, but not visible in this photograph, was a crown ring on his left wedding finger. While incarcerated, Tupac reached out to his godmother, Yasmin Fuller, to serve as the bridge between him and the jewelers who'd bring the chain and ring to fruition. Some of you may not know Miss Fuller, but you probably know her son, Yaki Kadafi,
So this is Yaki. Yaki is one of the Outlawz and Yaki Kadafi,
a member of Tupac's Outlawz and the person pictured with him from the moment he was born. Some people in Tupac's inner circle believe the jewelry riding with him in this photograph was carrying bad energy, and in fact one of the links of the chain broke the moment it was placed around his neck. Yet having waited so long for it, he refused to accept that he wasn't meant to wear it. he rejoined the broken links with a safety pin. Within a week of being placed on Tupac's body, these same jewels would be soaked in their owners, only to be separated from his body by those desperately trying to save his life.
Right? He's Pop, you know? But when we got to the room, this is when I knew that this was serious.
Internally, he has multiple gunshot wounds to the chest. He is not sitting up and he is not talking.
At that point, I wanted to make sure that Kadana was all right, because it was just me and her there. She's fucked up. Me, I'm fucked up, but my mom came, and I was relieved. I didn't think it would be so many people. So that was disconcerting for me. He was in a medically induced coma. He lost the lung when his ring finger was shot off.
We are here at the University Medical Center in Las Vegas, where Tupac Shakur has remained in critical condition for over a week. Doctors felt this is a crucial week in determining whether he would survive.
Yafo, in exchange, was the most loyal comrade ever to Pac, from his early days entering the rap game to his death. What could even stop them then? Well,
complications from several bullet wounds sustained Saturday night, September 7th. He was 25 years old. Shakur was shot 4 times after leaving the Mike Tyson boxing match in Las Vegas. Trouble-plagued rapper and actor Tupac Shakur is dead at the age of 25.
Kadafi was in the car in which Pac was shot, right behind Suge Knight and Pac. Seeing his godbrother, who was always by his side, get shot right before his eyes must be the worst experience he could ever have. No surprise it took a toll on him mentally. Not only his mental, but also his mortal. Kadafi survived the incident and later said he knew who took his godbrother's life. The media and the police hoped that he could reveal who was the one ending the life of the rapper.
An arrest has been made in connection with the shooting death of Tupac Shakur. The rapper's 1996 murder from a drive-by shooting has remained unsolved for nearly 30 years. Dwayne Kefe D. Davis has been indicted for murder, according to the Associated Press. Davis shared in a memoir entitled Compton Street Legend that he was in the Cadillac where the gunfire came from. The New York Post reports 6-time Grammy-nominated Tupac was 25 years old at the time of his death.
Yeah, I like to think I'm a rebel. I'm revolutionary.
He's considered one of the most influential rappers of all time.
I was more shocked than anything, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't more shocked of him dying. I was more shocked to him. Pac is a strong dude, yo. I know Duke, you know what I'm saying? Right. He's real strong. So when they was like he got shot, I was just more like, again? You know what I'm saying? He always getting shot or shot at. He gonna pull through this one again, make a few records about it, and it's gonna be over, you know what I'm saying? But when he died, I was just like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? It kind of took me by. I mean, even though we was going through our drama, I would never wish death on nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't no coming back from that. So it kind of turned me down a little bit. But at the same time, you know, you got to move on. You know, I felt for his moms, for his family.
Fatal Hussein of the Outlawz was part of Tupac Shakur's crew. Due to a court date on the East Coast, Fatal wasn't in Las Vegas the night Tupac was shot.
Not that I'm some kind of, you know, gladiator or nothing like that. But if I was dead, I know, you know, I'm in the streets basically. Only time I'm not in the streets is when I'm with Tupac. So I know right from wrong. I know, you know, this shit is still a street. And I know there's certain things you can do and certain things you can't do, man. Especially when you at that level. And it's like people that was around him at the time wasn't feeding this to him, man.
After a Mike Tyson bout, Tupac Shakur started a fight with Orlando Anderson, a Los Angeles gang member. Several hours later, Shakur was shot in a car just off the Las Vegas Strip.
I never stopped thinking about what the fuck was Tupac doing out there rolling in the dirt with a nigga that he ain't had no business even. He shouldn't even gave that nigga the time, man, to even say some shit like, yeah, me and Pac had a fight, man. It was like 100 other niggas dead. It was supposed to be people there that was supposed to step up and handle situations. Niggas wasn't around just to be rapping and eating up shit and messing with chicks and shit like that. Everybody in the crew got a part to play. And if you don't play your part, then it's all gonna crumble. And if they get the head, man, what's gonna happen to the body? I felt like if I was dead, shit would have been totally different, man.
before his truck drove up.
4 weeks after Tupac's transition, Yasmin Fuller's son, Yaki Kadafi, would also leave this earth to join Tupac. Having spent every moment of his life at the side of the man whose name now graces the power line post at the corner of Las Vegas's Flamingo and Covell Lane.
Hi, I'm Kurt Loder with an MTV News Brief. 19-year-old Yafeo Fula, a member of rapper Tupac Shakur's backup group Outlawz Immortals, was found shot in the head in a public housing project in Orange, New Jersey on Sunday.
There have always been an aura of misinformation and cover-ups around the story of my son's murder. There was a conspiracy. There were lies. Witnesses were being threatened. Tupac had just been murdered 2 months prior. It was believed that Yafeo could identify the shooter. We always felt that it had something to do with our family involved in the liberation movement.
Papa never got the chance to tell me it was on.
Cass had Yaki in the chokehold, and Rashad pulled out a gun and shot him.
And that's when we find out that it was actually the cousin of another one of the outlaws that pulled the trigger that night.
The medical examiner's report refuted Rashad's version. The New Jersey prosecutor's office dropped the ball.
Between the devil's curse and the hurt.
They were treating Yafeo's murder as just another black youth gone.
Young niggas never had a bread for them. Get the views, give me hell.
It was no accident. The only question is, why?
Sadly, the reveal never came.
19-year-old Yafeo Fula was shot in the head early Sunday morning.
Who took his life? Sadly, it was not a stranger but someone very close to him. Napoleon was the one who introduced him to Kadafi, and the pair soon became close friends. Kadafi never knew that his life would be ended by the gun of his friends. Napoleon was not in New Jersey at the time of the shooting. After hearing the news, he immediately flew to New Jersey and met his cousin. His cousin said while crying that it was just an accident, and Napoleon believed it. But there is one person in this world who never buys that story. It is Kadafi's mother, Yasmin Fatal. After hearing Napoleon and Outlawz' comment on her son's death, she couldn't hold it anymore. She released her version of the story backed by reports from the police. According to that, her son's death was not by accident, but was staged by no one else but Roddy himself. So despite claiming to be the friend of Kadafi, Roddy always felt jealous and thought Kadafi was too cocky because he was close to Pac. He also knew that Kadafi always had his bulletproof on, so he tried to aim at the head instead. Yes, Kadafi did get shot in the head. Even more bizarre, she stated that Napoleon was a betrayer. He knew that this was not an accident all the time, but he always pretended to believe in his cousin and even threatened and intimidated the witnesses to cover it up. In response, Napoleon said that he just didn't care about what others commented about him. It was 28 years since we lost both Tupac and Kadafi. Their group, the Outlawz Immortal, now is just the Outlawz because obviously no one is immortal. What saddens me here is that we never knew exactly how he left us, and they will continue to open the wounds of his family until the day it's finally revealed.
Get the boys and girls. Machiavelli. Outlawz. Yo. I remember the days we used to vibe together. We was going on one, I thought we died together. But you left before me, homie, only if I can talk to you again. Only with you, I can walk this life of sin and stuff. 2 years to pass since I first heard the shots blast, and I can still picture the scenery. Won't be no peace in me until I see you at the crossroads. All of us back together again, eternally lost. I bet I shake the world for Pac, I'ma drink to our Earl. I put the plate on the hardest who ever thinking they third. world is young Napoleon. Machiavelli gave his soul to this name. And if you claim it the same, you have to prove you insane. Better get your heart right. In the midst of the warfare, bullets don't fly right. We outlaws, I'm saying the street life because it's pay right. It's my life, my life, my life. That's in the sunshine. For Gaddafi, I'm a holders line. Hoping I run to one time. Still ballin'. Don't you ride, dry your eyes, say pop, we still ballin'. What? Just look up in the sky, say pop, we still ballin'. Pour some nigga on the ground, say pop, we still ballin'. If you can only see us now, hey yo pop, we still ballin'. Congregate the bloods and guns, vice lords and disciples, I got love for thugs. Even the hood rats and scrubs that we dug in the club. Sucker for love, I introduce a bustin' the slugs. We all lust for money, get fast cars. The life of a rap star, floating jack bars. They ball with a bad rap, know how to stack dog. Money longer than Shaq, yo. Holla back, yo. I smoke out with red man. Aim for infrared at the head of a rapper trying to make a living off a dead man. This is a dead man. I know the drama is thrilling. They stole every song you made. Owe your mama some millions. Well, God, children, please stop with ya. Rap your rock, rap cats and glock ya. Act like Pac, but all them songs you stole from Doom. If Machiavelli was alive, we would've rolled on you fools. That's real. They can fight all they want, but pop, we still ballin'. West side, south side, say hey, we still ballin'. We gon' keep the thuggin' alive, hey pop, we still ballin'. Rappers, I'm out to your lives, hey pop, we still ballin'. We still callin' every day to ya. We still believe in you, we still pray to ya. Now everybody all on Park Hills had to wait till the soldier died for y'all to give them heads. Hell no, outlaw soldiers thug for life. Half of y'all ain't even know Pac, forget the hype. We used to play box with him, clock locks and lick shots with him. That was a crazy soldier. Yo, I miss him, taught a brother so much. And thugs I trust, still a touchscreen pump. Outlaws we hit him up and bomb first. So Hail Mary, you felt scary through this white man's world. But I never let her bury me, Kadafi, I love ya. And I see you when I die, homie. Smoke some trees, you and Pac get high for me. Y'all still ballin', y'all still ballin'. We gon' do this shit, I can't talk crazy, man. God bless the dead, God bless Yaki Kadafi. We love Pac. The days that I die, hey Pac, we still ballin'. We still ballin', ballin'. Wave your hands in the sky, say Pac, we still ballin'. We still ballin', ballin'. West side, south side, say Pac, we still ballin'. We still ballin'. East side, north side, say Pac, we still ballin'. The regime outlaws and yeah, we still ballin'. Rap a lot, little J and face, we still ballin'. Diggity dash and corrupt, say Pac, we still ballin'. E40 fines and be legit, say Pac, we still ballin'. All my dogs everywhere, say Pac, we still ballin'. And all my real ass thugs, say Pac, we still ballin'. A dedication to the legendary Machiavelli. God bless his soul. It's time for us to ride for my partner. All these bite-ass characters in the industry. Ride or die. Ride or die. We still ballin'. Ride or die. We still ballin'. Ride or die. Ride or die. Ride or die. We still ballin'. Ride or die. We still ballin'. Ride or die. We still ballin'. La 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 la. We still ballin'. La 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 la. We're still ballin'.
Life of an outlaw, the life we live ain't for everybody.
In the inner city swimming with the dead bodies. A few life jackets can't save everybody. Running with young thugs that'll spray everybody. I need some guidance, the hood is my background. I'm from the city where they can't put the crack down. I'm feeling pity cause the semi put the smack down.
And he pointed. He said, that's who killed my mommy and daddy.